Hello, welcome to a great edition of Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. A lot to unpack. Inter Milan have done some wonderful stuff. Inter have managed to beat Atlanta in the Italian Serie, and they are going to go 12 points at the summit of the Italian Serie A table. Then, of course, Chelsea had a great game also playing against Leeds United. Not so great. The second half was a very good game for Leeds United. I think they were better in the second half. But there are a few things that Chelsea have to learn. This is Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, guys. If you're new to the channel, thank you very much for choosing us on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. And welcome to Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, of course. It's imperative that you subscribe to the channel and turn on notification if you are new to the channel. We want to hear from you in the comment section. Do all and then let us hear from you. It's important that we make you a part of our community. Thank you very much, as always, for choosing it. Now let's get into the conversation. First of all, so I've said it several times, and I'll say it again. I think that the job Simeone Inzaghi is doing at Inter is near perfect. And again, in a very, very difficult game that should have been against Atlanta, they've managed to get a very good win. As if it was easy. And I think that it's time for people to actually take Simeone Inzaghi serious as a manager. In fact, in Europe right now, while there's a lot of waxing of lyrical of the job of Xavi Alonso, and rightly so. I love Simeone Inzaghi. I love the quality that he puts in. I love how good he is as a manager. I like the dynamism. I like the versatility of his team. And I think that if you say that managers in Europe ought to be developing players, then he is the kind of guy you can talk about, because look at the quality he has gotten out of Matthew Damian. Damian was at Manchester United. Now at Inter, he's literally a different player. He's literally an animal for Internazionale Milan. And I think that is the kind of quality that you get from a manager like Simeone. And I think it's the three at the back system that he has managed to um, change, fix things, tweak over the years from Lazio and then now to Internazionale Milan. He was at Lazio for an extended period of time. Of course, at Lazio, the Lotito's pressure is a little bit low compared to what you get from Marotta, BP Marotta at Inter. So definitely he had a lot of time to hone his skills, to make mistakes, to tweak their formation, to take some risks, to make some research about the risks, the formation, and now it's reaping. Also, again, I think one of the things that makes it proper for me as one of the best teams in club football in the world right now is the fact that the kind of players that Inter have now are not necessarily world-class players. And I keep on saying this thing every time. If we take a backline, I don't think Acerbi is a world-class centre-back. Maybe Bastoni, but definitely not Matteo Damian or Pavard. But of course, there is quality at the back for them. There are two wing backs for me are excellent, Dumfries and Federico Di Marco. Especially for Federico Di Marco, whom everything goes through at Internazionale Milan. Then in the middle of the park, this is where all the quality is for me at Inter. Manoglu, Mkhitaryan, and then Barella. For me, this is the excellent bit of Inter's team. Then up top, there's Lautaro Martinez, there is Sanchez at some point in time. There's Marco Arnautovic. These are quality players, especially as squad players. As squad players, Sanchez and Marco Arnautovic are top notch, and it tends to help that Inter team. So then I think that's how good they are. Now Inter are going 12 points adrift on the Italian Serie A table, away from Juve, of course, away from AC Milan and from every other club in the Italian Serie A this season. And it tells you the quality. And funny enough, somewhat last season, he was under a lot of pressure. Fast forward today, things seem to be going on, and they're exactly where that they are. So Chelsea, of course, have played in the Carabao Cup just recently. They've ended. Manchester United have also played a very good game in the Carabao Cup. Liverpool, of course, against Southampton at the Carabao Cup. You look at Liverpool, you look at Manchester United, you look at what City did yesterday, and it shows you how much of a tough run of games is going to be for the Carabao Cup. United obviously got that solitude goal with Casemiro. But see, I'm excited about the kind of football that Manchester United plays. To be very honest with you, I think that United are very passive. I think that their brand of football is not quality, maybe because they don't have the best personnel. But for Eric Ten Hag, he hasn't really defined exactly how he wants to play. Trying to consistently bypass Middleton and then go up top to Garnacho, Rashford, up front doesn't really work for me. And the thing is that United are just so much of an experienced batch, such that even when they are not playing well, they get to get the results. They get to grind the results. And Bruno Fernandes, of course, has bailed them out several times. Today it was Casemiro. Of course, it's quality for somebody that has played large parts of the Champions League, has won it for a number of times. As well, the Brazil team for a number of times. He's a very tenacious player. Definitely, this is what these kind of players do. But in terms of general performance for the Manchester United team, it's not good enough. And I asked myself, how are Ineos Group going to make the final justification, final adjudication actually for Eric Ten Hag? Are they going to let go of him so they bring in a more progressive manager, a manager that they can spend on? Because if you look at even the squad profile and then the squad, the talent ID for of Eric Ten Hag, it hasn't been good. I mean, going out to Ajax Amsterdam, whether it's Kudus and then Anthony, and you buy Anthony for 100 million, for me it's shambolic. So, but yeah, they managed to grind the results, they got the job done, and that's a very good one. Of course, Wolves beat Brighton by a goal to 0. Liverpool are beating Southampton by a goal to 0. Those Liverpool young boys continue that run again. They got the job done against Southampton. And then to the very big one, Chelsea versus Leeds United. So before this game, Chelsea had not lost to Leeds United in a cup game in 10 games. So Chelsea obviously knew that they had the upper hand in terms of history. The thing is that Leeds United are a very, very stubborn team in terms of the press. So you realize that Chelsea played more like with a back to. So every time Chelsea were with the ball, it was Chalobah, the Sassi, and then Gilchrist, which is a very good one. Gilchrist essentially was playing as a 3-back. Then Chelsea had wing backs in Malo Gusto and then Raheem Sterling. Then, of course, the 2 DMs that were sitting, Moise Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. Then there was Mihailo Mudryk that was sitting as an inside 10 in there for Chelsea. There was, of course, Noni Madueke on the other side. Then, of course, there was Nicholas Jackson. So Chelsea consistently tried to overload central areas, especially with in between the lines with Mihailo Mudryk, because of course he's a nimble-footed player. He could receive in between the lines here. He could receive here. He can receive straight for the striker. And they wanted that in between the lines from him. Of course, if Enzo pushed him, then they wanted the numbers in between the line so that you can have on Joffrey Gilchrist's side, you can have Raheem Sterling always consistently running behind and getting the job done over there. And over here, you can have Malogos. No, Noni Madueke keeping the way. Of course, he's going to do the rotation a lot of the times with Malogos. And I think that's one of the things that Chelsea failed. No, they didn't fail. I mean, Leeds from the blast of the whistle wanted to press very high. So they were very aggressive with the press. So much so that when Chelsea opened up with Chalobah and then Disasi in this area, Moise Caicedo will drop in between the two to come and receive the ball. Especially if they were here, Moise will drop in here to come and receive the ball. But what Leeds did was that the trigger was Moise Caicedo when he received with his face to his goal, his back to their goal. Then James, Junior, Firpo, that was the trigger for them. It was a press trigger. Anytime Caicedo received the ball with his back to their goal, they go in aggressive, they go in hard. So they started it when the game started, very aggressive when Chelsea tries to play from here, because they know, of course, the Sassi is not the most comfortable centre back on the ball. And then, of course, they knew that was going to be a good trigger for them. And then, in terms of Caicedo receiving here, they knew that they can force Caicedo to make mistakes if the Sassi isn't given an excellent pass. The problem wasn't with Caicedo, but to the quality of pass that the Sassi was going to give him consistently. So that's exactly how they scored their first goal in the 8th minute. And I think that was some good play from Leeds United. Right? What Chelsea failed to do was to wait for the jump. And that's something that Leeds United did well in build-up. We'll talk about that. So when Chelsea were building up, the ball consistently had to be from Disasi back to Robert Sanchez. And ideally, in top clubs build-up, the goalkeeper stays on the ball. Ian Miller did that several times. Stay on the ball, stay on the ball, stay on the ball, stay on the ball. Wait for this guy to jump. Once he jumps, you find Enzo Fernandez here, then you go to him. Or you find Malo Gusto or whoever. There's always going to be a free man somewhere. Then you go to your free man. Especially if you're pressing with an extra man to the goalkeeper. So if it's like this, like on a tactical ball, if it's 1v1 across the field of play, and you just wait for the jump. Usually the trigger is that you pass the ball to your center, but he passes back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper waits for the jump. It's tricky, it's dangerous. But that's what you do to deal with the press. Then you go quick to Malo Gusto. Then the 1v1 split because of course there are runners in between the lines. Leeds will be chasing the ball as well. Then you get to deal with them. But of course, Chelsea feel with that, and that caused the first goal. But I like the reaction, and that goal was excellently scored with a lot of inside combinations from the right hand side, and I love it. I love it very, very well. Moise Caicedo here, Noni Madueke came inside to play like an extra 10, took the ball out to Malo Gusto. Malo, who for one quickly sent the ball back to Moise Caicedo. But I love the off the ball run from Nicolas Jackson in this zone to this pattern. I like the overload. One of the things that the right hand side doesn't do is that it doesn't give Chelsea that excellent rest defense because of course Malo Gusto is gone, Noni Madueke is gone, and there are two things in attack. You want to make sure that these two players, one of them varies their run, one comes inside, the one stays outside, and then they vary their run. Again, it affects the rest defense, but if it works with a combination play, one touch pass, exactly that's what happened. Nicolas Jackson got a goal. It became a 2-1. But I think that the game management of the team was good. You could see there was some fatigue, in fact, mentally, emotionally, a little bit jittery. But of course, it's a game that Chelsea needed just a reaction. Chelsea needed just a reaction, and they got a reaction in there. And I think that was spot on. That was a very good game for them. Now they ought to just build from where they ended up on in this game, get quality, and then show that they are very good sided. Go on. There are a lot of games that are going to come. They're going to play against Leicester, Liverpool are going to play against Manchester United. A top round of games are against the Leicester at top of the championship table. They're a difficult side to beat. Albeit Chelsea are going to play them at Stamford Bridge. There's going to be no Enzo Fernandez. It means that Cesare Casadre or Casadre will get back into the team and then he will show his mental in there. That was just a brief reaction of all the games that have gone. Manchester United, Chelsea, International, Milan, Liverpool seem to have had good nights in there. My name is Fiifi-Manfred. This is Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. As always, thank you very much for choosing me, and I'll be back for tomorrow morning. Until then.